everybody. Welcome back to our podcast YouTube channel.
Welcome everyone. Welcome back to the Night Owl Chronicles. I'm Alison.
I'm Samantha.
And we are the Garcia sisters.
We are happy to be back.
We are very happy to be back. We've come full swing now. We're all really deep into 2019. 2018 is over. January's over. We're into February now. It's going pretty fast. So we hope your year's going very good so far, that it's better than last year if it was a bad year, but we hope it's going great.
Unfortunately, it's our last month for summer. We are moving into autumn.
Yes, we're in the southern hemisphere here in Australia, and we're going towards our autumn and then our winters, and our winters can be pretty chilly as well, but we might have a day that's 40 degrees. We don't know.
Well, today's pretty hot, so down in Australia.
Yeah, so just to let you know, we have been working, on our fourth book and all this, but we've also been doing a lot of reading, a lot of watching movies, which we're going to tell you, a big one that we saw that we were really looking forward to, but also a lot of playing. So to understand what you mean by that, Sam has to tell you that.
Okay. I was supposed to get this in January, but I was busy, but I finally picked up my copy of Resident Evil 2. Let me show you. Yeah?
Yeah, so for those on our YouTube, you can see it. It's Resident Evil 2. Now, is that a remake of the part 2?
It's a remake from the original Resident Evil 2, I believe, in 1998.
Do you have the original here?
I was going through an old box. I was going, and I found this.
That's the original.
Oh my God!
What a difference! Probably should compare them side by side. What a difference! That's amazing. So it's I'll hold one for you if you like. Here you go.
Look at the difference.
Wow, big difference. So it's come a long way. And so when was this new one released?
It was released this year in January, but even though I had my own copy booked, I shouldn't say this, I got a little bit sidetracked. My phone broke as well, so I completely forgot about it. And then I thought, I got to stop by EB Games, and I went and I picked it up. And before that, I've been staying away from YouTube because there's a lot of videos uploaded, and I don't want to know. I don't want to look. So
everyone gives their own reviews about it.
I really want to compare the original from the remake. And I know the original is a classic, and I remember the first time I played it, I was really scared. And I know that this remake, it's going to be absolutely amazing, and I can't wait.
So it does it, because thing is, I'm not a very good player, but I like watching Sam play. So from what my understanding, the original characters Claire and Leon are still in it.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically the introduction when you played the original one that came out so many years ago. I just loved the introduction and the music and all that. So it's kind of roughly the same. Yeah, they've kept to it with, for those that are actually fans of the game, do you remember the opening scene of Resident Evil 2, which I think, in my opinion, is the most popular one out of all the other games. But that's just my opinion, though. The opening scene
I did started to play it, and I made it to the Raccoon Police Department, and whoa, pretty amazing. I ran into Martin in the hallway. He helped me out. He gave me a knife. What else? So at the moment,
do you think it's obviously there is an improvement, but is it staying true to the sequel?
It is, yeah. It really true. Now again, I've just started playing it. If you want to comment and give me some tips, I'm happy for you to do that. Don't spoil it too much, because I want to see for myself. I really hope they do Resident Evil 3 as a remake like this.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite one though besides part 2?
Probably Resident Evil 8, the virtual reality. If anyone has played that, wow, like that.
I haven't tried that yet.
That is scary.
Just put me in a scene where nothing's going to make me die for the first 2 seconds. I've seen her with the virtual reality headset with Resident Evil. It looks really good though. I suppose it's one thing to watch it on TV, another thing when you're actually really there, 360 and all that. So apart from that, yeah, so Resident Evil has taken over our lives. She's playing it. I played the first, I'm going to say 10 minutes. I was not the best at it, but I enjoy watching her play it because it's kind of, she plays it like a movie. So it does get, there are so many scenes that are so intense there. And once the music stops, when she goes into a room, I know something bad's going to happen.
It's a good game though. Very good game.
Yeah.
I can't wait to finish it now.
So
and I
much-
have booked
yeah.
in April another game. What's it called? Days Gone? I can't remember. But in April, I've got another game pre-booked. It comes out in April.
You still got to finish Call of Duty.
I still got to finish Call of Duty. And I don't get much time really to play. But
I like watching.
I only have a few selected favorite games that I do play. My favorite game obviously is Resident Evil. I still got Call of Duty to finish when I have some time, because I'm a very, very busy person. So when I have that small time just to relax a bit, I'll try and save the world.
Yeah.
So
And how about, there's one movie we've been really, really looking forward to watching, and we are actually surprised that we didn't watch it when it came out, because we keep saying that we're busy, but it's like a good busy. You know, everyone's busy, and we don't always get to do what we want on the time that we want to do it. But we saw Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis, the original horror scream queen. So I'm gonna flat out, I'm just gonna say it, I absolutely loved it.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It was so
great
good.
movie.
It
Jamie
did-
Lee Curtis.
Yeah, it didn't fail, and the thing is, we had high expectations because we've seen every single Halloween movie, and
But it did skip. This movie did skip the
other ones. So
which
this
I was
is
like, okay, fair enough.
well, this is the thing. I thought, watching this, I thought it's either going to piss a lot of people off. It's going to make them probably really angry that they have eliminated part 2 and every other Halloween after that, or they're just going to appreciate that it was kind of like their own little remake. And from part 1, they, you know, they've moved, you know, so many years later, and Jamie Lee Curtis is, you know, still traumatized. Like she said, she's like the pariah of the town and all this. She's isolated. I think what I loved most about it is that, yes, it is like the newer version. It's like part 2 per se, but there are still elements in there that make it still, still felt a bit like a 70s movie, especially the way, you know, it is a slasher movie, so especially the way some of the characters died. You know, some of them die a stupid way, you could say, but it's still true to the Halloween, you know. And I thought it was such a great scene when I'm not going to give it away if you haven't seen it, but, you know, when Michael Myers finally grabs that mask and he finally puts it back on, he drives away. I thought that was an incredible scene. So it didn't disappoint.
The psychologist surprised me though. He did a 360 in the movie.
Yeah, we won't.
When I saw that scene,
We're
I'm
not
not going
gonna-
to tell you. I'm not going
yeah.
to tell you what. Actually, I'm sure
Well,
a lot
Dr.
of people.
Loomis, you know, obviously in the original,
His
I mean, he's
student,
passed away.
His student
Yeah.
of Dr. Loomis, he surprised me in the movie.
Yeah.
He did a complete 360. He turned around and literally started to kill the police officer. And when I watched that scene, I was like, "What's going on?
Yeah.
What are you
I think it's
doing?"
just a fascination that he had with evil because he wanted to understand it. So how about you guys? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Did it disappoint? Are you really upset the fact that they've kind of, in a way, they've eliminated every other Halloween movie? Because there was one of the latest Halloweens that they did where Jamie Lee Curtis actually does die. And I believe she grabs Michael Myers and says, "I'll see you in hell." And she dies. So now...
What happened to that?
Yeah, so a lot of people have been putting a lot of question marks, but I think overall it was a
It was
fantastic...
still a good movie.
I liked it. It
I
was good.
actually liked it. I was surprised. I was just surprised by I think it was a good story. The story was solid. Characters were great. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, I liked
So
her.
I'm actually
I
looking-
like the bunker she had underneath the kitchen.
Yeah, that woman was prepared.
Yeah, that was good. I like
She
that
was
one.
really prepared. I'd be prepared to
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, no, it was just good. The way, I don't know, it's kind of like the way he escaped. It was kind of like going back to the original, the first one, of how he escapes, you know, how he finds his way back to Haddonfield and all that. I think it was fantastic. And like I said, there's that part when he, after all these years, you know, he's obviously much more older. So is Jamie Lee Curtis. Remember, her name is Laurie Strode. So, you know, when he finally puts that mask back on, it's like he claims it back and he's going to come and get her. So it's like the whole movie begins again. It kind of felt like we were watching the first one again, with the difference now that she's older, she's wiser, she's more aggressive, and she's ready for him.
Yeah.
So I would watch it. I would watch it again.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
too, actually.
We did
yes.
watch Venom. Sam?
Look, I enjoyed it.
It was good.
There were a
It was
few,
good. It was
a few
okay.
loopholes in the movie. For example, if you're going to take someone to a high security place, there will be cameras.
No cameras in that place. Yeah. No, listen. It was
But
good.
it was still good. I still enjoyed it. The action, plenty of action, plenty of fast action scenes.
Well, a lot of people warned us that the movie's silly. They kept saying, just watch it once and never again. It's one of those movies. Some people compared it to Spawn. They said it was just a movie that you watch once and never again. I actually liked Spawn better than Venom. I thought, it was a good movie. There's action, there's...
The only thing I did like about Venom, how that Venom kept saying he was hungry. It kind of reminded me of Meebs. I'm always hungry.
The parasite, he kept
Parasite.
calling him.
He's always saying hungry. That kind of reminds me of Meebs. I'm always hungry. So,
but for those of you that have watched Spawn, that came out, I believe, sometime in the 90s. It wasn't very successful. A lot of people saying it had no story, but I enjoyed that much more than Venom. It's still a good movie though, but I don't know. I think I had a different idea in my head of what it would be. So moving on to what we're reading.
what's everybody reading at the moment? I'm reading a series book.
Yeah, I
The
read this one.
Witching Hour. I'm actually reading book 2, The Troll Heart by Jack Henseleit.
We're
Let me just show
sorry.
you.
We're sorry, Jack, if we've pronounced your surname wrong. But
yeah.
Jack, we're really liking
Jack,
your
I'm
books.
loving your book. Let me just show you to the viewers out there. This is what I'm reading at the moment.
Troll Hearts.
Troll Hearts.
I like what the
And-
back says, because it says here,
Cool.
it says, warning, do not look for fairies. You will not find them, and if you do, you will regret it. I actually...
A spooky series for only the bravest of readers. To be honest, I'm actually on page 105, and I'm loving this book. It's amazing. It's got a good pace. It's not boring, but it does build up the anticipation. And basically, if you look at the cover really, really well, like it's a boy and a girl, but if you look at the cover really well, you will notice the boy, the brother, next to the girl, his hand, how it's sprouting out kind of like that, because his hand is dead. I believe it's his Max, isn't it? Is that his- yeah, Anna and Max. So out of the two, like Anna's probably more the courageous, probably because she's older, the big sister. Max, however, he's got a dead hand, which I absolutely love, which I think is really creative.
I think he gets it. I mean, it's naturally he's younger. He gets
He's
afraid
younger,
more
he gets
quicker.
afraid.
I
But
think
I love his hand.
I really enjoyed the first one. I remember in the first one in the series, I think it was called the Vampire Knife.
Yeah, Vampire Knife.
That was really good, and I actually read that in a week. Then I read that one in a week. I couldn't put it down. Listen, it is for it is for children in the book. But what I do like what Jack does is that he actually does push the boundaries. He makes it just dark enough where the children can enjoy it and they won't be afraid. I actually remember the third one is I think the Genie Rings.
I haven't read that one yet.
I think that's
will
what
be
it's
reading
called. Sorry
it.
if I got
As soon
that
as I'm
wrong.
done with this, I will read it.
Yeah, it's good. This one, I believe, the Troll Heart. I finished reading that one. I think it is dark, but it's a fun dark. I've always said, Halloween comes, it's picking up in Australia. Children like to be scared, but in a fun way. And that book, for me, it was very easy to visualize.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I could definitely visualize
it goes dark, but just at the right level where you don't cross the line. You say, well, this can't be read by children. So, we're
Jack,
adults and we read it, and
You've done
I
a good
liked it.
job. So I'm liking this book. So you've done a great job. So yeah,
Release another one, please, Jack, because we'll read it.
we'll read it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got our first book that is still out, available if you like paperback and ebook version on Amazon.com. Our second book and our third book is currently still with our publicist. These things do take time. They're doing a great job though on their end. So our hat goes off to their hard work and their commitment. Just trying to do the hard work on our behalf. So big thanks to our publicist. And we are still working on our fourth book, Pentridge Prison. We were really happy when we told you what the book was about and where it's based. We went back, didn't we?
We did. We went back earlier this year for more research, and
We took our dad with us.
we did
So,
actually.
Yeah.
We took him along because he was very curious. He wanted to see for himself. I have to admit, I'm a bit of a researcher. So is Alison. We're both researchers, and sometimes when we do start a new book, I like to do a lot of research. I want to know as much as I can, even though the book is fiction.
You want to make it
like to make it
believable.
as believable
Yeah.
and as real as possible for the reader. So I want the reader to feel what it's like to be in the prison. I want the reader to actually feel
Yeah.
everything that we do write in our
Yeah.
fourth book.
Exactly.
So we are also working on a secret project on the side. I can't
Secret-
tell you what it is,
Secret project, but you will find out very soon.
but you will find out very soon. There is a secret project on the side that we are both doing. It has
That's right.
It has something to do with all of our books. We can't tell you now because we just can't.
Oh, I just think we don't want to go too way ahead of ourselves. I think as soon as we finish the fourth book, we can tell you what it is. So it'll be a few short months though, but it definitely is related to our books. It's connected to all our books. It is a side project and it's different. It still involves writing, but it is different.
Yes.
But yeah, so Sam was right. So we went back to Pentridge Prison and I didn't mind hearing the same facts all over again because you get to see it in a different light. It's the first time we went, it was a lot more colder, it was a lot more darker. Now that we went, it was a lot more, it took a while for the sun to go down, so we could see things that we couldn't see before.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
And not just that, we also learned facts about the prison. For example, the last woman to be hanged at Pentridge Prison, Jen Lee. She was, and we learned on the actual ghost tour that she was so petrified, so scared of her fate that she actually passed out. And
Not a good way to die.
good way to die, but I remember from the ghost tour that she was actually placed on a chair and they still proceeded with the execution.
Oh yeah, because I think the warden said she must be faking it. Even if she's not, we're still gonna hang
We're still
her.
going to
Like,
proceed,
wow.
and they went ahead. And her other accomplices, the two men, they were also hung after her. So it was
Wow.
quite an amazing story of Jin Lee.
Well, it's at the end of the day, it's turned into a very big history lesson for everyone. It's not a happy place to be because obviously people that went there they didn't do very good things. There were murderers there, serial killers, and all that. But for us, when we go there, it's part of our research, and we know exactly in scary scenes and all that where we're going to put them, where we're going to place our characters, and all that. One thing that surprised me was actually how small and narrow the cells were. So
yes.
for those that actually do suffer from claustrophobia, like genuine claustrophobia, I don't advise you to actually go into the cells because there's no windows. I was actually surprised. I don't know. Listen, I don't think any cell actually now
Some-
has a window. I don't
some
know.
had, but
I've
they-
never been
they
to
were very,
prison.
they were tiny
Yeah.
windows.
no
They had
cells.
bars.
No, because some of them actually, I think it was all of them. None of them actually had the cells where you can look outside. So once they put you in your cell room,
That was it. It
they
was
closed the
complete
door and it
darkness.
was just darkness. And yeah, I think though it was.
Well, when I went inside, I felt it very hard for my eyes to adjust.
Yeah,
It was
a lot of
literally
people complained.
black.
Yeah, a lot of guests actually complained about that it wasn't a darkness where your eyes adjust. It happens to us sometimes. You wake up in the middle of the night and you can kind of faintly see your surroundings. This was a darkness. A lot of people said they noticed that it was just getting darker and darker and darker. And I think we may have mentioned this in a previous podcast, but it's a darkness that's very consuming. And I did notice that as well. And it's just a bit eerie when you walk past a cell door that's open and it's just black inside. It's just like our t-shirt. It's like there's no light. You can't see anything. Almost looks like someone's going to jump out. And it's, some people did do that. They played pranks on each other. And I thought they better not do that to us because it's not going to end well. But it was really good. We're happy we went back again though. So, it just helps with our planning a lot more.
It does help. Because at the moment we are currently doing chapter outlines still. It is a bit of a long process, but it's something that we have to do before we even start to write the manuscript.
Yeah.
We do a lot of planning, like we have said before in our previous episodes. A lot of planning, and I would advise any author out there that is writing a book, finish the book. work your butt off and finish the book. Because we know that if we can do it, you can do it.
We know it's not easy.
It's not easy, but I'm sure if we can do it, I know you can do it.
But, I think at the end of the day, a writer can make their book for them as easy or as hard as they want. So it's really up to you. You can make it an easy read or make it as complicated as you want to. If you want to do it, if you can handle it, that's great. For us, I think it's let's do the research, let's get the facts, narrow it down, and is it good for the story? We always ask ourselves that. Does it add value to the story? Does it stop the story? If it does, that's not good.
Yeah.
And if it makes the story go faster, that's even better. So we've learned that from our first book. We're our biggest critics, where we say, the door was great, but we thought maybe it was a bit too slow. Whereas now we realized the value of just getting straight into it. So we're still evolving as writers as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you do. Sometimes, even if you've written, let's say 5 books, you will always look back to the first book and you'll see, wow.
Did I really write that?
Did I really write that? And you can see how much you have improved along the way. And it's definitely worth it.
Well, yeah, writing's a craft. So
it's a craft.
The more you do it, the better it gets.
Exactly. The more you do it, the better you will be at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, never ever stop. Now, one reader did reach out to us and did ask us if we also spoke Spanish as well. Even though we are Garcia sisters and we're from Australia, they also wanted to know if we also spoke Spanish.
And the answer is sí. Hablamos español, corrido. Yes, so that means we speak Spanish fluently. Yes.
Aprendimos a hablar español cuando éramos chiquititas y podemos hablar español.
Yeah, entonces yo pienso que nosotros aprendimos español antes de inglés. Entonces cuando fuimos a la escuela, nosotros estaba un poquito confundida. Con la maestra lo estaba aprendiendo para usar mano. Well, I'm going to say it in English. We would say, if our teacher was teaching us how to say hand, we would say, no, mano. That's how you say it in Spanish. So, it's... we learned from a very small age. We never went to Spanish
very
school,
young
but...
age,
yeah.
Aprendimos a hablar español. Los padres enseñaron nosotros a hablar español y podíamos comunicar con familia,
amigos en todos los países. Entonces, en Argentina, en Buenos Aires, en Uruguay. Y también cuando fuimos también, cuando yo fui a Nueva York, cuando fui a Los Ángeles, me di cuenta cuánta gente habla español también. Entonces eso ayuda también.
Eso es verdad. Cuando yo fui a Estados Unidos año pasado, en Florida, hablé con un montón de gente que hablaba español y me encantaba. Un placer hablar.
Sí, yo me encontré con una mujer que era de Venezuela y muy amable.
Muy amable.
Sí, entonces, we won't make it all Spanish because not everyone will understand, but we're just saying how, even our travels, we have been lucky enough to communicate with people from all different countries in South America, going to New York myself, and Samantha went to Los Angeles and Florida. There's a lot of Spanish-speaking people there, so they were very baffled when they heard that we were Australian. And as soon as they heard our surname, they said, oh, that doesn't make sense. You're Australian, but you have a Spanish surname. And when we started speaking Spanish, they were like, what? This doesn't make sense. So
don't let our Australian accent fool you.
Yeah, so we are... funny enough, though, this is a bit of a side note. So we are getting a little bit sidetracked, though. When we do speak English, a lot of people think Samantha is German, and a lot of people think that I'm New Zealand.
I got UK as well. A lot of people thought, I'm from the UK. No, I'm not from the UK.
Yeah, a lot of people don't guess
the accent. I think
they say, where are you from? But I don't hear an accent, but I'm not going to complain. I love accents. But yeah, so I get New Zealand a lot.
Okay.
I don't mind, so I don't care. And you've got German once, that was funny.
I got German once in UK, so
yeah.
Who knows, maybe one day I might learn the language. German.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in, everyone, and listening to us speak both languages and talking about our reviews. We actually really do love giving reviews, especially books that we love, games that have been relaunched again. I have to admit, I looked at it, and if you haven't bought Resident Evil 2 and you want to, I highly recommend it. It's really, really, really good.
Yes. Again, so people, we're working on a secret project on the side. You will find out during this year what we're doing. You will find out, trust me. Book 2 and book 3 is currently with our publicists in their hands at the moment, and we are currently working on our book 4 titled Pentridge Prison. stay tuned because every time we have a new episode, something new is revealed.
I know, we always feel like we're revealing stuff.
We're always revealing something.
Have patience. We
new
will
to our
always
business. Have patience with us.
Yeah. Thank you also for submitting some of the questions and suggestions. We always read them, and we always do try our best to put them in our podcast. So until next time, everyone, thank you very much again for tuning in. We hope you have a safe week ahead. And remember, everyone, as we always say, follow the owl.
Follow the owl.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good one.
See ya.